Hello everyone and welcome to Studio 219, What's Blazing? I'm here with radio host Dustin Sweetelson, 92.1 Talk Radio, X's and O's show. Dustin, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Philip.
All right, now you are a host on Valdosta Radio. First, give us an idea. You're a student at Valdosta. What's your education? What's your major?
Well, I'm still a student here at Valdosta State. Mass media major, broadcast journalism emphasis. Came from a junior college 3.5 years ago and transferred to Valdosta State, and I've been in the mass media program ever since.
Good deal, good deal. Now, journalism major, how'd you get involved with Valdosta Radio?
Well, I was actually hanging out with some people just talking sports, and I always wanted to be on sports radio before. I was obsessed with it as like a little kid, used to listen to it all the time, and just talking to a guy, he said, you know too much not to be on our show. I'm leaving the show in a few months. I want you to replace me. So I got a tryout with the show, tried out, and ended up getting on the show in January of 2006, and then in, I guess, a year and a half later, I became the producer of the show, and I was also the host, while another guy served as just the host and the director.
Good deal, good deal. So it's a sports talk show?
Yes.
Okay, and y'all have callers calling in and things like that?
We have callers. We get a lot of calls from coaches that like to heckle us, like the women's basketball coach, Kylie Hill. He loves to call in and just get in on us, and whatever we're talking about, he likes to just sway us away from whatever we're talking about, talk about his women's basketball team. Even if it's like the middle of the summer, he'll call in and he'll try to get us off track somehow.
Let you know how summer camps go.
Yeah, let us know how the recruiting trail's going, how Oklahoma looks right now. But yeah, we have a lot of callers. We're starting to grow a little bit since we're on our second commercial station we've been on since moving off the school station, V91, a few years ago. So it's growing, and every week we get more and more callers.
All right, and y'all do mostly local sports? Do y'all cover national at all?
We cover a lot of national, but we try to keep it localized. The whole purpose of our station, Talk 92.1, is to serve the community, and with sports being so big in the South Georgia, Lowndes County area, we really want to serve the local teams here that are so successful and give them a news outlet, because they really don't get it other than the newspaper in town. So we like to get into high school, get into college, because we think Valdosta State athletics is a big deal, and they don't get their due when it comes to media attention. So we'll get into national stuff, but it's very locally based.
All right, good deal, good deal. Now take us behind the scenes. Show us, what do you do when you're getting ready for a show, what happens in the show, and afterwards.
All right, to prepare for a show, I'll go and I'll figure out what's going on in sports that week, who do we want to have on, and I'll either email, talk to, phone call to an athletic director, sports information director, somewhere, one of the local places here, get them on, make other phone calls to see if I can get some other people on. Usually if they're bigger than this area, they're not coming on our show for now, but we've lined up interviews with J.D. Drew of the Boston Red Sox coming up, Rush Probst from MTV's Two-A-Days. He's coaching in South Georgia now, a football team in Moultrie, so he's going to come on. But for the most part, we keep it around the Valdosta area. And what I'll do is I'll set up an interview with them, and then I'll plan my whole show based around what time I want to have them on. It's a 2-hour show, and I'll plan different segments around their interviews and give about 25 minutes for their interviews. Then usually I do most of my research 2 or 3 nights before, and then the night before I'll do a lot of research for the show, and I'll do about six hours of research the night before and really get a lot of information for the show, a lot of stats, and that's basically the week. I mean, we come with the rundown on about Wednesday. We'll talk to our guests on Wednesday, get them booked, and then by Friday night we pretty much have the show completely done before Saturday morning.
Okay, good deal. Well, now that we have an idea of what the radio show is like, we're going to take a look into Dustin's radio show, see what the studio looks like, and see some of their production stuff.
This is our Talk 92.1 state-of-the-art studios. Newest home of the X's and O's show after bouncing around to 3 stations in the last few years. All right, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. The X's and O's show, Talk 92.1, 259-9210 is the number to reach us. It's me, it's that SWEDE, Dustin Sweetelson, taking you through to 11 o'clock every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., your official pregame show of Valdosta State football. We got a lot on the table today, folks. A lot on the table, and we're going to get into it very deep. We're going to start with Blazer baseball, do a little Blazer softball, and then we're going to wrap up everything that's going on in high school sports. So keep it locked to the X's and O's show on Talk 92.1.
All right, that was great. That looked like some good stuff. What do you plan on doing with your degree afterwards? Do you want to go into radio, journalism? What are your plans from here?
Anything with sports. I'd like to get into sports radio, continue sports radio. I like how entertaining it is, how goofy it kind of is. You don't have to be too serious, and it's very opinionated. A lot of the other stuff, you have to be kind of take yourself out of it. With sports radio, you get to have an opinion, and it's not just straight news. So I want to be in sports radio, but with the way the markets work, I know I'm going to have to start at the bottom and work my way up. But hopefully I can stick around Valdosta for a couple of years and get some exposure down here.
All right, great. Well, you certainly have a face for radio. You got the voice. Let's see what happens. Good luck. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot, Philip.
We appreciate it. Got any predictions for next year, Valdosta State football?
Valdosta State football, I think they're going to go deep into the playoffs. That's about as far as I'll go.
All right, you heard it here first at Studio 219. What's blazing, and we'll see y'all next time.